Did you know many NRIs are accidentally paying tax twice on the same income, once in India and again in the US? And most people don't even realize there's a legal way to reduce it. It's called Form 1116, and if you understand this properly, it could save you thousands of dollars. If you're earning income outside the US, salary, rent, investments, interest, this video is important because today I'll show you what Form 1116 actually does, who should use it, the mistake many NRIs make, and why this form can dramatically reduce your US taxes. Let's simplify this. Here's the basic idea. If you already paid income tax in another country, the IRS may allow you to use that tax to reduce your US tax bill. That's the foreign tax credit, and Form 1116 is how you claim it. Now here's where many NRIs get confused. The US taxes citizens and green card holders on worldwide income. That means even if you live in India, even if your income is earned in India, the US still wants it reported. At the same time, India also taxes that same income. That creates double taxation, unless you use relief options like Form 1116. Now this next part is very important. A lot of people think tax deduction, tax credit, same thing. They are not the same. A deduction only reduces taxable income, but a credit directly reduces your tax bill dollar for dollar. Meaning, a $5,000 credit can reduce your taxes by $5,000. That's why Form 1116 is such a big deal. But not everyone qualifies automatically. Generally, you'll need Form 1116 if you paid more than $300 in foreign taxes as single, or more than $600 if married filing jointly. And for many NRIs, that threshold is crossed very quickly, especially if you're working in India. Now here's a mistake people make all the time. They assume any foreign tax qualifies. Not true. Eligible foreign income taxes. Usually not eligible property tax, GST or VAT, sales tax, social security taxes. The IRS wants actual income tax paid to a foreign government. And now comes the part that scares many people, the calculation. But I'll simplify it. Here's the simplified process. Step 1. Report your foreign income. Step 2. Report foreign taxes paid. Step 3. Apply the IRS limitation formula. Step 4. Calculate your allowable credit. Simple in theory, but the formula is where things get interesting. The IRS does not allow unlimited credit. Here's the formula. This basically means you can only offset the part of US tax connected to foreign income, not your US income. Let's make this real with an example. Suppose India income equals $50,000, US income equals $20,000, total income equals $70,000, US tax liability equals $10,000. Now apply the formula. Your maximum allowable credit becomes about $7,143. So even if you paid foreign taxes, there's still a cap. Now here's some good news. If your foreign tax credit exceeds the limit, you usually don't lose it. Unused credits may be carried back 1 year, carried forward up to 10 years. And this becomes very useful when income changes year to year. Here are some common mistakes that can create IRS problems. Claiming non-eligible taxes, using wrong exchange rates, claiming taxes later refunded, ignoring timing differences. And yes, even small errors can cause notices or delays. But now comes the big question. Many NRIs ask, should I use Form 1116 or Form 2555? Here's the important rule. You generally cannot use both on the same income. And this decision can significantly affect your taxes. In many high-tax countries like India, Form 1116 is often more beneficial. Why? Because foreign taxes paid are already high. But in lower tax countries, Form 2555 may sometimes help more. The best option depends on your exact situation. Now don't ignore this part. The IRS may ask for proof. So keep foreign tax returns, tax payment receipts, tax certificates, exchange rate records. Good documentation can save huge headaches later. A few situations become more complicated: foreign dividends, mutual funds, passive income, investments. In some cases, you may even need multiple Form 1116s. The US and India also have a tax treaty, and these treaties help reduce double taxation, but they can also add complexity, which is why many NRIs get confused during filing. So let's quickly recap. Report foreign income. Report foreign taxes paid. Apply IRS limitation rules. File Form 1116. Keep documentation organized. And most importantly, don't accidentally overpay taxes. Tax software can help for simple situations. But if you have investments, multiple countries, business income, higher earnings, it's smart to consult a professional, because one good tax strategy can save thousands. Form 1116 is one of the most powerful tax tools available to NRIs. And surprisingly, many people either misunderstand it or never use it properly. If this video helped you understand it better, share it with another NRI who may be overpaying taxes. And subscribe for more practical NRI tax guides explained simply. See you in the next video.